Hey, what's up? So today I wanted to tell you, I wanted to teach you a formula that I was taught early in my career. I don't know if I was even, I think I was taught it. I'd like to take credit for this formula. Maybe I've tweaked it, to make it my own or to make it more understandable for those who need it. But I wanted to teach you what I do when I talk to other agents about hitting their goals. You can hit any goal that you want to. All right. You just have to know how much work you need to do to get there. Right. And so when I start coaching agents, even before we get into the formal coaching, I'm asking them questions, right? I'm asking them, how much premium do you want to write? How many policies do you want to write? And so and so. And I ask them questions. The next questions I ask them, sometimes they don't know the answer to, which I'm going to tell you that you should know the answer to these questions because they're going to help you hit your goals. Okay. So first of all, you need to know like how much premium do you want to write or how many policies do you want to write? Like that needs to be the foundation of your business for growth, right? So the other thing I would tell you is that whatever number that is, how did you get that number? Why is that your number? Did somebody tell you that number? Is it achievable? That's what we're going to kind of learn through this small process. I was told early in my career that 20 policies a month to start when I first started. If I can get to 20 policies a month, kind of within my first 6 months or my first year or whatever, as a captive agent, if I could do that, I could do it consistently, that I had a really good chance to succeed. Okay, so that's all I cared about. I was like, all right, let's go. I got to get to 20. And I did, right? I got to 20 in like 3 or 4 months or whatever, and then I never looked back. I always wonder what would happen if they told me 30. Would I've hit it? I believe I would have, because I'm wired that way, right? I'm wired in a way that's like, if you put a number in front of me, I'm going to prove to you that I can do it. So what if I was told 30? So anyway, I'm trying to identify like what's your high water mark for where you are right now. Okay. Eventually that became 50, eventually it became 70. So where do you want to be? What's your potential? Because what if you hit 20, and you got 10 days left in the month? Mentally, you shut down a little bit. Most people do. Like, I did it. I got my 20. I'm going to coast for the next 10 days. That's dangerous, right? Why are you going to leave that stuff on the table? But if I was at 20 and I had 10 days left and I needed to hit 30, I would go get 30. So anyway, push yourself. It's okay. Like, this is how you're going to grow faster. So the next few questions I ask agents are, what are your average premiums per policy? So you should know your average premium for your home and your auto, if that's what you're doing. Obviously, you're going to want to know life and commercial too once you enter that space. A lot of agents are doing P&C or home and auto. So it's like, hey, what's your average home? What's your average auto? Okay. And then the last question is, what's your closing ratio? So how many accounts do you earn versus how many you quote? If you write 2 out of 10, it's 20%. If you write 6 out of 10, it's 60%, right? So with this information, what we're trying to distill is how many quotes do you need to do to hit your goal? That's it. Like, this is really important. If you can build your business around this tiny little equation. Okay. So the equation essentially is, so how much premium do you want to write in a month? Okay. Let's say it's 40,000 in premium. Okay. You want to write 40,000 in premium. Okay. What is your average home? What's your average auto? Let's go simple. Okay. I'm going to do this in real time with you right now. Let's say your average home is $2,000 a year and your average auto is $1,000 a year. Okay. Your average household will have 2 cars and 1 house. That's $4,000 in premium per household. Okay. So how many households do you have to write to get to 40,000? 10. You got to write 10 households. Okay. What is your closing ratio? If your closing ratio is 25%, you're going to close 1 out of 4, and you need to write 10. You take 10 and you divide it by 0.25. Okay, that'll get you 40. You got to quote 40 households to write 10. Okay, that's it. Now I break it down by day. There are 20 business days in a month. You got to quote 2 households a day to write 40,000 in premium. That number 2 is the only thing that I tell my newer agents to care about. Number 2, you got to quote 2 real households a day. That's it. Okay. I want you to wake up with that number in your head. I want you to go to sleep with that number in your head. I want the number 2 to be the screensaver on your computer. I want it to be the background on your phone. I want you to look at number 2 as often as you can. Okay. Because that's it. Now you can dial any of those numbers up or down. Okay. What if you wanted to write 80,000 in premium in a month? What do you think the answer is? It's double. You got to quote 4. Can you quote 4 households a month? If your average household is bringing in 4,000 in premium, that's it. Okay. Or you could increase your closing ratio. What if your closing ratio was 50% instead of 25? You're going to write 80,000 because you can write twice as much, right? So that's it. Like, that's the equation. Know what your average premiums are. Know what your closing ratio is. Know what your goal is. Throw it into the blender, and you'll get a number that will tell you how many quotes you need to do every day to hit your goals. All right? I can't make it any simpler for you. The hard part is finding the people to quote, right? That's the next work that we do, you know? So we sit down like, all right, how are you going to find 2 people a day to quote? Because it's not just like, you can't have a couple of good days. Like, you got to do it every day, you know? So that's it, man. That's the formula to hit your numbers. So one of the first things that I teach agents to do, because that's when you're a scratch agent, like, it's green lights and blue sky for you for a while. Like, you don't have anyone to service. You got nothing to do but market. You go get your 2. All right. You're tackling people on the sidewalk, asking for their business. Okay. Or whatever. Don't tackle people on the sidewalk. Okay. So there you go. That's the equation for hitting your goals. Hope that helps. Go do some math. Do it with your team. Explain it to your team. Give them their own number. If their goal is, if you have a team member and their goal is 25,000, do it for them. Okay. Tell them how much they need to quote to hit their goals. You know, everybody should have a number of quotes to do per day to hit your goal. That's it. You could do it for life. You could do it for commercial too, all this stuff. Okay. So work it up, have it be your Bible, and follow it. All right. That's what I got for you today. My name's Matt. This is Agency Launch. You can find me all over the place. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Dietz Agency. Don't forget to send me a text, 208-213-8809, and opt in to my texting community. And don't forget to check out Agency Launch if you really want one-on-one training with me, where we sit down every week and we deal with what you're dealing with right now. Like, I'm helping an agent right now onboard a new staff member. You know, I'm helping an agent right now get ready for an event, like all kinds of fun stuff. So if you want to engage with me at that level, I'm here for you. So go to agencylaunch.net and let's get on a call. All right. Thank you so much for listening, and keep up the good work.